Mr. Secretary, thank you for being here. I hope you're able to convey the love and gratitude for the men and women who serve in the Customs and Border Patrol, the ICE agents who put their lives on the line every day for this country. We thank them for their service. My question for you, Mr. Secretary, is what do you say to someone who believes the President took action to change the law?
We did not change the law. We acted within the law.
Can you play the clip? This is from November 25th. This is the President in Nevada talking about this.
But what you're not paying attention to is the fact that I just took an action to change the law.
So you say he didn't change the law, but the President says he changed the law.
We acted within existing law. We acted within our existing legal authority. Listen, I've been a lawyer 30 years. Somebody plays me an 8-word excerpt from a broader speech, I know to be suspicious.
Okay?
That was very nice.
It says, I'm going to read it back. Now, you're absolutely right that there have been significant number of deportations. That's true. But what you're not paying attention to is the fact I just took action to change the law. So that's point number one. Point number two, the way the change in the law works, and he goes on. He's pretty clear, and he is the President of the United States. This is why we have a hard time believing that Homeland Security is doing the right thing. I think the gentleman from South Carolina made a very good point. Let me move to something else real quickly. You and I had an interaction last time you were here about these 4 people with ties to a terrorist organization were caught illegally crossing the border into Texas in September. You said they would be deported. Did you deport them?
No, not at this point.
What is the disposition of those 4 people?
2 are detained. The 2 others were released by the judge. Not my preference. They were released by the judge, and they fled to Canada, and they are seeking asylum in Canada.
So you told the world that you were going to deport these 4 people with ties to a terrorist organizations. That's not what happened. 2 of them were released.
They're in deportation proceedings. An immigration judge released 2 of the 4, and they fled to Canada. My intent is that they be deported, but 2 of them are in Canada seeking asylum.
Where did these 2, where were they anticipated going, and where did they actually go?
I'm not sure their exact whereabouts, sir.
But they're currently being held in Canada?
That is my understanding.
Are you going to ask that they be brought back to the United States?
I don't generally get involved in individual immigration cases.
But these people had ties to a terrorist organization.
I think as we talked about this last time, there's some question about whether their affiliation is with what one should consider a terrorist organization.
It is a terrorist organization designated by the State Department, correct?
They are or were a member of the Kurdish Workers' Party.
And that is designated by the State Department as a terrorist organization, correct?
I refer you to the State Department.
And that is the accurate statements. Mr. Secretary, this is the problem. You come and you tell the world that you're going to deport these 4 people tied to terror. These are terrorists. And you don't. They get released. They go to, my understanding is, they go to Arizona. They go to the state of Washington. They cross illegally into Canada. They each put up $25,000 bonds. Doesn't that beg a lot of questions about what you're doing in deporting criminals? These people have terrorist ties. And I'm getting tired of the Democrats with this righteous indignation saying that we can't find a Congress we can work with. Well, the first 2 years of the Obama administration, the Democrats had the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and they did nothing on immigration. I sat on the subcommittee. They brought Stephen Colbert in to testify. That's how bad it was. Now, the country made a change. We actually passed the immigration bill. It was my bill. Nearly 390 people voted for it. It's as bipartisan as it gets. Worked on high-skilled immigrants, dealt with family-based visas, took the per-country cap from 7% to 15%. It went to the United States Senate under Harry Reid. It had nothing happen to it. Nothing. So I want to continue to work with this administration. There is common ground that can be had. But the president and the record is clear. When they had the chance with the House, the Senate, and the presidency, they didn't even introduce a bill into the committee, let alone bring it through the process. I appreciate the time. Yield back.